Let's do an assessment. As you go through your day, do you notice that you just don't have much energy? Do you notice that you don't sleep very well? Do you ever notice that your memory might be a thing of the past? Do you notice that you just have a lot of pain? It seems to be chronic, not just because you bumped something, but just kind of chronic. Well, those are common symptoms, and they're symptoms that I hear clients, that I hear our community talk about, and what I know that can impact every one of those is that when your body can make adequate glutathione, which is your body's master antioxidant, not just vitamin C, the master antioxidant and peptide to impact everything I just mentioned. Now, here's what's important. What we know scientifically is starting at the age of 20. So if you're older than 20, pay attention. Based on age 20, your glutathione levels will drop approximately 10% every decade. So if you're 60, that's 4 decades, that's 40% decline at the minimum of where you were at 20, assuming you were healthy at 20. And so natural progression in life causes the body to make less glutathione. We became aware of glutathione about 15, 16 years ago. We were working with precursors to get to the cells so that the cells could then make glutathione. That was a useful tool. It just wasn't real efficient. What we started noticing, or certainly I did in our clinic, come about 2021, the body needed more glutathione. And we needed a way to get it to the cells faster, because the cells desperately needed that antioxidant support. That's when we discovered a product called Swish30. It uses hydrostat technology, which is tiny molecules. And this particular product has glutathione. It has curcumin. It has other antioxidants, and it's using that technology so that when you put the liquid, 2 capfuls, under your tongue and let it either set there or you swish it for 2 or 3 minutes, glutathione gets to the cells in about 40 to 70 seconds. That's rapid. That's efficient delivery. That means you're going to get what you need, when you need it, how you need it, to be able to increase those glutathione scores. Prior to Swish30, the most effective, most expensive were IVs. You would get the glutathione into the body through injections, but it would only last for about 3 days. And the cost, $200 or $300 an injection. So doctors who were using that, it worked, but that's pretty expensive. Many of those same doctors, when they discovered Swish30, were like, oh my goodness, it's faster, it's more effective, it's fraction of the price. So for you, as a layperson, wouldn't you want the very best, fastest delivery, most affordable glutathione support for your body? Makes total sense. So let's go through some of the benefits and how you're going to use it and some ways that we have found to be effective. Most people will notice an increase in energy. Many people notice they start to sleep better. Many people notice their brain wakes up. And many people notice they don't have the same level of inflammation, pain, puffiness that inflammation can cause. That's a pretty common. It's great before you work out or if you're involved in sports because it can increase your endurance. It increases your recovery after workout. So I take mine as I'm headed to our home gym because I want my workout to be effective and I want to recover quickly. So you can do this normally by mouth. But you can also take this, put some in your hand, and let's say your elbow hurts. You could put it here. You could put it on your knees. It's great for putting on topically to go right to work wherever that extra support would be helpful. Now, I want to mention something because it's actually pretty important. If you take this and you notice, there's just a little bit of a different smell, kind of like rotten eggs, and you smell it and go, ooh, I don't like it. or you know that you might have a genetic SNP like MTHFR, or you don't detox easily, you tend to react to things. If you take this and you notice one of those problems, you have just learned something incredibly valuable at virtually no cost. You have just discovered that your body is challenged with detoxification. That's where Forrest and me and the people on our team here at Lifestyle for Health can totally help you, because you've just discovered a weak link in your armor and you want to go after cleansing and building for you. And I have had people that as they have worked with our Detox and Build program, and they've worked on cleansing, some people in just a couple of months, some after 3 or 4 months, they go back and this just has a nice mint flavor and they go, this is amazing. How come it didn't taste like that in the beginning? It's because they were so toxic and your body didn't have the open pathways to get rid of that. Now, isn't it nice to know that if something isn't working, you don't have someone telling you, oh, just take more, you'll get over it? That's not going to work. What we want to do is get rid of those things that are preventing you from being able to raise your glutathione levels so that you can age gracefully and incredibly and be able to work out. We find with Forrest that if he takes this 3 times a day on big gardening days of 6, 8, 10 hours, he's not sore that day or the next day. It works great. We have athletes that find that their performance is so much better taking the Swish before and sometimes even during, like long runs or long bike rides. And if you're not one of those athletes, you may find that just 1 dose a day is keeping you in the ballgame of taking care of your health. So I want to say that if you want to deal with many of the impacts impacting our body today, our environment, stress, medication, so many things that are impacting us, glutathione levels are absolutely essential for quality of life, certainly after your 20s. Glutathione is key. And if you find that you have any problem with it, then you know you've got some work ahead of you so you can correct it and get to the point where you'll love this absolutely as much as we do. So if you're ready to turn back the clock biologically into your 30s and 20s, glutathione, your master antioxidant and peptide, is your very best friend. Get it the most affordable, most efficient manner possible. Swish30.